Who do you think we are? Kardashians?
No, better than that lot. We're Dingles, come on!
For over a quarter of a century, the older and wiser members of the Dingle clan have run amok in Emmerdale.
They're like the Dukes of Hazzard of the Dales.
As part of the soap's biggest family,
There's a member of the Dingle family for everybody.
we've seen them love,
They still have standards. Those standards just happen not to exclude having an affair with your cousin.
cope with loss,
We always are able to lean on one another.
and welcome more than a few surprise members.
It's as much yours as mine, Zach.
It was very difficult to begin with for Kane to accept.
You're now but a dirty liar.
So sit back and try and dodge the pig muck as we join the Dingle elders for a stroll down memory lane. This is Emmerdale Family Trees. Since they first hit our screens in 1994, the Dingle family have brought with them their own unique style of mayhem.
Release the beast!
To be a part of the Dingle family, you have to be a little bit naughty.
They are just mad and chaotic.
Have to be mucky.
There's always a scam or there's always a scandal.
Sometimes they turn against each other, and when they do, it's fireworks.
I mean, who wouldn't want to join the Dingles?
With 28 members of the family currently residing in Emmerdale, the Dingle family tree is a whopper. So, it's hard to believe that in those early days there were just 5. Head of the family, Zach, and his first wife, Nellie, and 3 of their 5 children, Butch, Sam and Tina. They came from modest pig farming stock
I told you to make sure the door was shut proper, you useless wazzy.
and were soon known for their love of making money, the dishonest way.
The Dingles will do anything, and I mean anything, to make money.
They're dreamers. They always want a better life for themselves.
They're almost like the bottom of the pile, so they have to create ways of getting money, and that obviously involves scams.
The police seem to have got it into their heads that you weren't a family to be trusted.
And as more Dingles arrived, it seems, when it came to these scams, the family motto was the more outrageous, the better.
There was always a heist going on. There was always kind of dressing up.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of milk.
There was always holding somebody to ransom.
They were doing a storyline about crying Elvis.
Elvis is crying. Look, see?
It's just...
The king has fans the world over. People who would pay to see him weep.
Me and Uncle Zach and Butch decided to be tour guides up at Home Farm.
So sorry to keep you all waiting.
That was just hilarious.
Proving he might be older, but not necessarily wiser, in 1997, Zach masterminded one of the Dingles' most outlandish schemes, their own medieval theme park.
We were filming at the Royal Armouries.
Go on. Hang on. I've had an idea.
That day gave Zach this, he had this inspiration. We're going to have our own history park.
Cromwell's dungeon.
I like it.
Might just be onto something.
Cromwell's dungeon.
It was in our front garden. Oh yeah, of course, that's what you're going to do. You're going to set up a theme park, you know. But that's true Dingle all the way.
But Rich III, his famous hump was Mandy's padded bra.
You see my best bra? No, love.
Try Butch. Ask him why he's got the hump.
Oh, you sick git!
I mean, creatively, it's genius.
And their flair for costume design seemed to pay off as unsuspecting customers started to flock in.
Ladies of the realm, I command thee to give me 4 old English pounds.
There you go.
Oh.
Whenever you did a scene at the Dingles, you just didn't really ever know what was going to happen. And, you know, you got to go and hang around with mad, wild people. And we just had real good fun.
Get me out of here!
It's not really legal, so what happens is the council come.
We're from Houghton Council.
And of course, what they do, they shut them down.
You're to close down this dungeon now. Otherwise, you'll find yourselves in one.
Another disaster in a vast catalogue of Dingle disasters.
In 2000, the Dingle family tree was to welcome yet more reprobates. as Zach Dingles' brother Shadrach arrived along with his son Cain.
Oh, no.
Who's that?
Our Shadrach. Makes our Ezra look like the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Sit back down. Right, Uncle Zach.
But when Shadrach's ex-wife Faith paid them a visit later that year...
Hello, boys.
Zach was in for a shock.
Don't tell me you've not figured it out yet.
Figured what out?
It's as much yours as mine, Zach.
The bombshell that Zach was in fact Cain's father shook the family tree to its roots, and the news was even harder to take for son Cain.
You can't tell me what to do.
Tell him, Zach! Tell him! Tell him!
Tell me what? I'm your father! You're my dad.
To kind of realise that Shadrach wasn't his dad, and his uncle Zach, who he'd always held in high esteem, suddenly was his dad. It was hard to compute.
You're now but a dirty liar. A coward and a liar.
It was very difficult to begin with for Cain to accept that Zach is his father, but then I think he realises I couldn't be prouder, really.
Yeah, it's been very lucky for me as this guitar. That's why I'd like you to have it. I'd like it to go to someone who'd appreciate it.
Thanks. Dad?
Having the head of the family suddenly to become your dad was gave him more kudos than say Shadrach, who let's just call him a bum, shall we?
And as the original Hardman of the Dingles, it was certainly more fitting that Cain was Zach's son.
There's a dark side to Cain, and that makes it compelling viewing.
I think with Cain, he has that look. He only has to give you this, the Cain stare. You ain't messing with him.
I'm the bad guy.
He lamps anybody at the just drop of the hat. Morning, bang.
Duh.
But bad boy Cain doesn't stop at that.
If somebody has a party piece, Cain's party piece is kidnapping people.
I'm going to find him. And I'm going to tie him up. And I'm going to go at him with that.
There was Rakesh.
Why are you doing this?
Nathan Wilde.
Having fun?
Oh, he kidnapped Ross. Kidnapping Tom King and extrapolating millions of pounds from the Kings. That's where he kind of takes it to another level, I think.
This 2006 storyline brought in over 8.5 million viewers at its peak.
Stop! Please stop! Help us! I'll give you £1 million.
I'll stick with 5 million.
It was so action-packed. There was chasing in the fields at high speed with helicopters going over, and then we went to the quarry where the car went over the edge. Then there was the shooting with all the kind of blood body bags. Finally, there was the aeroplane kind of getaway. For a full afternoon, me and a cameraman and a pilot just flew over the village. I just felt very, very, very lucky.
Coming up on Emmerdale Family Trees, there's some naked antics.
There's nothing that phases you after that.
And a new dingle enters the world.
It was so dingly. It was such a dingle way for the baby to be born.
It just gets better and better.
Let's get this party started!
For over 25 years, we've laughed with the Dingles, cried with them, and perhaps most of all, watched them fall in and out of love.
The Dingles with relationships are mayhem.
They're not the greatest, but they give it their best shot.
They like to keep it amongst themselves.
I, Francis Albert Dingle, take you, Amanda Rose Dingle to be my lawful wedded wife.
There has been a particular brand of incestuous relationships.
They still have standards, but those standards just happen not to exclude having an affair with your cousin.
Kissing cousins, everyone always asks me about that. I have no words.
I was married to Paddy. Paddy's now with Chaz.
Chaz hasn't been too bad, to be quite honest with you. Well, she snogged Marlon, but that was only because he was missing Donna. So that was fine.
Marlon did have a one-night stand with his cousin Charity. Yeah.
Terrible. What was that for? I think they were both extremely drunk, so we'll overlook that one.
We're a busy family, aren't we?
There's one Dingle who may not be the oldest, and he certainly isn't the wisest, but he beats the rest hands down when it comes to love.
You've got to admit that Sam Dingle is the most loyal.
He really falls head over heels in love with people and shows that you can be functional and it can work.
He's a one-woman guy.
Me and Alice, we're getting wed. This is the best day ever. I'm getting wed, having a little in, I'm coming home.
I am proud of you, son. Very proud.
In 2006, the Dingle family tree welcomed 2 new additions when Sam married Farmer Alice after giving birth to their son Samson. But that same year, fate dealt the couple a terrible hand.
The Sam and Alice storyline was quite a tragic one, and the character was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and it's not something that she was going to recover from.
I'm ready to go now.
And it turned into also a story about euthanasia and Alice's desire for Sam to help her sort of end the excruciating pain that she was in.
She's at rest now. I'm so sorry.
And it was to be another 11 years before Sam found true love once more, with cleaner Lydia Hart in 2017.
I remember Sam and Lydia's first date.
Hi.
Hi. And Sam wooed her with his bird impressions. Show me what you've got.
Right. It's a peacock.
I
like it.
Yeah.
And obviously Lydia was just swooning over Sam after he gave her such a fantastic bird call as that.
Can you do a pheasant?
Can, yeah. I see a lot of them in woods. It's a gamekeeper up at home farm. And
That's perfect. The end of that was we actually ad-libbed. He just continued with the bird impressions, so I continued improvising with him. Hello!
It's good.
The path of true love was laid in David's shop.
And 3 years later, the couple were married, in true Dingle style.
Lydia and Sam decided to freestyle their vows.
It was really funny to play. It's hard to keep a straight face.
When you're poaching and you know that there's a rabbit in a burrow nearby and you think, has it gone? Because you weren't looking, unwrapping your butties, or you just nip behind a tree for a waz.
You wouldn't get this at a Tate wedding, would you? Talking about going for a waz behind a tree.
I therefore proclaim they are husband and wife.
And at the reception that followed, it was time for Lydia to become a fully fledged member of the Dingle family.
So the Dingles have a fine tradition of welcoming a new family member into the fold, and it is drinking from the welly.
It's actually probably Zach's welly. So it's very, very old, and if he's had his feet in there, there's going to be a few germs involved.
Lydia, what's your surname?
Dingle! That moment, that of pride, as she punches the air and says Dingle, that means the world to her.
But joining the Dingles means being there for each other, not only through the good times, but also the bad.
They feel lost like anyone else and heartbreak like anyone else, and there's been plenty of tragedy throughout throughout the history of the Dingles.
They are a pack, right? We are together. You're not on your own.
When push comes to shove, they're there for you.
One of the biggest upsets to rock the Dingle family tree was in 2019, when Lisa Dingle, Zach's second wife, announced she was terminally ill.
The treatment hasn't worked like it was meant to do. I've got months.
Lisa was the woman that was the heart of the Dingles.
I think everybody sought her approval.
She was adored, just adored.
But the day she and Zach walked down the aisle for a second time was to be Lisa's last.
You may kiss your bride.
She'd gone back to the Dingles for a bit of a lie down.
That's better.
And unfortunately, she passes away.
Oh, no. No.
Those scenes when Belle's on her knees and the Dingles holding her mum's hands crying, everybody in the room felt that. It was really moving.
I can't do it.
It was probably like she felt like she was losing her second mum. And, oh, it came across.
Mel, come on. Come on.
It was the performance of the year for me, by far.
Lisa may have gone, but she certainly made sure she wasn't forgotten, leaving behind a bucket list of unfulfilled wishes that she wanted the family to carry out whether they liked it or not.
Right, come on, we can give us both a lift to work.
Hey, you can take that off Lisa's list while you're up there today, Sammy.
Why, what is it?
I reckon it's Lisa's way of sticking two fingers up at home farm one last time.
You can't.
Karen and I were devastated to hear that we were going to have to get our kit off on national television and run through a field.
And we kind of looked at each other and said, well, if you will, I will. It's going out at 7 o'clock. I'm sure it'll be fine. There's not going to be too much flesh to be flashed. And we didn't eat cakes and biscuits for 4 weeks in the canteen.
This is for you, Lisa!
James, bless him, he was far worse off than me. He was wearing nothing but a thong. He had a thong on, and Lydia had kind of a flesh-coloured, I think they're called invisible bras. They just stick on your boobs.
You know, we're not only doing this alone in a field, we've got a crew of 20 or 30 people watching us. And then in the scene that we actually streaked, there are a load of people doing community service.
Are they completely naked? No way!
After you've bared all on national television, that's sort of the final frontier, isn't it? You know, there's nothing that phases you after that.
But for all of their japes, scams and shenanigans, heartbreak is never far away for the Dingles.
We had a meeting initially with the producers and they said, you're going to get pregnant.
Congratulations, love. You're going to be a mum again.
And then they explained the whole situation that Grace wouldn't survive.
I'm afraid there's no cure. Chastity, I'm so sorry. Without fully developed lungs, your baby cannot survive.
It was heartbreaking to think that we were going to have to do this storyline.
It was an extraordinary feat of months of them tearing themselves to pieces as characters.
They said she's not going to make it.
After learning her baby would survive for only a few hours, Chaz still decided to go full term with the pregnancy, which led to some heart-wrenching scenes at her birth.
I've done some hard episodes in the past, but I'd say this was the top one.
But Chaz was in for another emotional roller coaster when the writers decided she'd get pregnant once again.
Yeah, Daddy. We're going to be a mummy and daddy again.
Thankfully, this time she was set for a happier ending.
I was like, what are you trying to do to me? to then have to go through the prosthetic bump again, to then have to go through the birth again, and then be told, oh yes, by the way, you give birth in the toilets.
Chaz.
After the pub refurb causes the gents' door to stick, Chaz and Marlon end up locked in the loo.
And no one can hear them. So essentially, they're in their own universe. Window. Okay. I squeezed down really small, like one of the raccoons in a drain pipe.
What?
Shh, just... Mind.
There was one scene where Marlon's supposed to be looking at the head end, and I said, can we make it more real?
It's got a head!
I'll put my Spanx on. Get down there, Mark. Let me put my leg on your shoulder and let's do it.
It was so dingly. It was such a dingle way for the baby to be born.
And so Baby Eve was the latest member to be welcomed into the Dingle family tree. And what a family it is.
Being part of the Dingle family is truly a dream come true.
The strength and the love and the bond that the Dingle family have will always prevail.
I love to be a Dingle.
The best family in the Dales.
And Emmerdale Family Trees continues next week with Young Guns, a look at the new Dingles on the block. That's next Thursday at 7.